Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another VPN review. Today we're going to be re-reviewing VyprVPN after a request on the channel. It's been some time since I reviewed this VPN provider, and I kind of had some mixed thoughts at the time as well. So I thought it would be good to kind of narrow it down and decide if this one's worth using or not for you guys. Anyways, let's get into the video. Hey guys, if you haven't checked out my website, I really encourage you to do so. It's called vpntierlist.com. And essentially what it is a collection and kind of organization of all the content on my channel. You could view the tier list, which ranks all the VPNs pretty much in existence. You could click on the VPNs themselves to visit the VPN, click on the numbers to visit the review. You can even click on this to see a collection of all the individual ratings for every category of every VPN in a handy dandy comparison table, kind of like a spreadsheet. We also have this, which will list out the best streaming VPNs, this, which lists out some of my favorite products and online services. And if you go back to the homepage, you could click here to go to the VPN Noob to VPN Master course, which pretty much teaches you everything you need to know from the basics on VPN. I also have a fact page here to list out some of the common questions asked on the channel, as well as some other tier lists I've done as well. Anyways, guys, back to the video. All right, guys, so as always, the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the pricing. Now, VyprVPN has this tactic I'm not a huge fan of. It has a countdown timer just like NordVPN, which never seems to end. It's been counting down 18 hours for quite a long time, and it doesn't really seem to be ending. I'm not a huge fan of these countdown clock timers because it kind of tries to get you to buy the VPN quickly, make you feel like you're getting some kind of special deal, but a large majority of the time you're not. Another problem is that you can't really tell when these timers really end. Maybe this is really only a 24-hour timer and it's only here for the next 18 hours, or maybe it's going to be here in 2 weeks still. As a consumer, there's not really any way to tell besides intentionally deleting your cookies, reloading the website, or loading it into another browser. And in fact, let's check that right now. So right now it says 18:07 and 50 seconds. Let's try a little trick here. All right, so I opened up Microsoft Edge and now I'm going to type in VyprVPN.com. Let's see what the sale says. So 18 minutes. 18 hours and 8 minutes, and let's compare. As you can see here, the timer did reset to a set amount, and they don't match. So yes, it is a fake timer. And VyprVPN, if you do see this updated review, I hope you get rid of that. I don't like these sales tactics from NordVPN and other VPN providers like CyberGhost, and I certainly don't like it with you. Now onto the pricing though, however, we have $60 for 2 years. We have 1 year for $45 and 1 month for $13. I'm honestly not a huge fan of this pricing system either. The 1 month is very expensive at $13, comparing with stuff like Perfect Privacy and ExpressVPN. The 1 year is a pretty good price at only $45, but it is kind of forcing you to buy that 1 year just to get a good deal. Because after all, if you do the 1 month times 12, it's going to be $144 plus a year, which is way, way more expensive than 1 year. So they kind of are trying to trick you to get this because that's only 4 months of the 1 month plan subsequently. So, and this is only $60, which is a good deal. Honestly, the pricing was these two would be the same, and 1 month was maybe like $5, $7. This pricing system would get 5 out of 5. But the fact that this is $13 here, and especially since we're only getting 5 simultaneous connections, whereas other VPN providers like TorGuard and VyprVPN offer 8 to 10 for a lower price overall, I can't give this pricing system too much credit. So that's a little disappointing. I also want to point out that VyprVPN is kind of bragging about their no logs, independently audited kind of sticker here on the website. But I encourage you to check out my video where I talk about if VPN audits really mean anything. I go into detail about what I think about these kind of no log, independent audit kind of things. And you should check that one out. Anyways, guys, we've already paid for it already, so let's go ahead and check out the application. So guys, this is VyprVPN, and just from like the look of it, I actually do quite like the look. They got a nice kind of design here with a good easy connect button to see that contrasts with the background colors. It's a nice designed interface. We can go ahead and start looking at some of these features and check things off by what this application gets. So this is a summation of VyprVPN. Honestly, it's not that bad of an application. We do have a decent amount of red here with stuff like split tunneling, proxy support, perhaps IKEv2 not working is pretty disappointing, as well as ad blocking. But overall, we do see some really cool things, especially some usability features, some cool things like DNS port and port customization. I do like the Chameleon protocol option, as well as WireGuard being implemented already is nice as well. We do have the mandatory kill switch. So let's go ahead and start doing some speed tests now. All right, guys. Now, in terms of speeds, well, VyprVPN has never really been that good for me. And I even talked to the people who own the company. They said they've definitely trying to been kind of improve speeds for people in the USA. Also, speeds in the EU seem to be a little bit better. However, even now in 2020, it doesn't really seem to be the case. We're getting an okay ping. But I did test VyprVPN with Valorant, and I was getting a lot of packet loss and interruptions while playing the game, which made it actually quite hard to play, which wasn't the case with some of my top rated VPN providers here in tier 1 on the tier list. But anyways, guys, in terms of VyprVPN, this is what I got with OpenVPN. Now I do want to do a comparison with WireGuard to see if we get any improvement, and we'll also take a look at the torrent downloads and that as well. All right, we're connected to the same server. Let's see if we get any increase in speeds, just kind of doing the WireGuard test here. This is something I might be doing more in future reviews, kind of testing WireGuard with old OpenVPN to see kind of if there's any improvement. So ping is around the same. Wow, that download rate is much, much quicker than their OpenVPN protocol. So already we're seeing a pretty good improvement, much better. Let's go ahead and see if it is that an improvement in torrent downloads. I'm suspecting my upload will be around 40. Yep, there it is. Okay, so very nice. Good to see that implementation gives better results. Okay, so we're going to head and start this Ubuntu file, seeing what kind of download rate we can get. Okay, guys, we started downloading with WireGuard VyprVPN closed server. Normally, I like to see around 30 to 40 right here in this range for OpenVPN downloading files. The fastest range, is that what I like to see? Maybe above 40 would be really good for WireGuard. Right now with VyprVPN, we're looking actually in that slower range. Around 10 to 15 is a slower range that I get from VPN providers. So unfortunately, it does not seem like WireGuard, even though it did perform better in the speed test, looks like it's going to be getting that much better results here. Still getting pretty slow speeds. Let's go ahead and test OpenVPN just to see what that would be like. Okay, we have checked this out. Now we are connected to OpenVPN protocol. I think if we could get better than 10 to 15 in this range per second, that was what we were getting with WireGuard. So unfortunately, it seems like VyprVPN is only getting slower than WireGuard implementation with OpenVPN. We're getting really slow speeds here, guys. Honestly, it's a little bit embarrassing. Normally, I look for the slow kind of mediocre speeds between 10 to 15 megabytes a second here, maybe 15 plus is okay. 30 to 40 is excellent. 40 plus is insanely good. And guys, we're not even getting anything right here. Conclusively, though, we can rule out that WireGuard is much faster than OpenVPN for VyprVPN. However, VyprVPN's WireGuard speeds are not even as good as regular VPN providers' OpenVPN speeds. So that's definitely disappointing to see. Not only that, but I couldn't get IKV2 to work either. So maybe that is a problem as well that we could be experiencing here. Definitely disappointing to see. But in my past reviews, I never got good speeds with VyprVPN either. So that's the kind of par for the course, I guess. The good thing about VyprVPN is that it does work with all streaming services as tested in my last review. So really good job here, guys. Now, VyprVPN has always had pretty good customer support, and even now they do seem to have live chat most of the hours around the day with short queue times, only a queue position of 2 here, and you just kind of enter in some basic information, and then you could get chatting. So that's good to see, at least for support. One thing I've noticed about VyprVPN is that sometimes the application seems a bit buggy. It kind of gets hung up here and there, like I was trying to disconnect. And even if I do down here in the bottom right, if I quit, you'll see here that even though I quit, it's still kind of stuck in this weird way. I'm not sure why that would happen, and it's honestly quite annoying. Even ended the program with the task manager, and I still can't get it to stop doing this. So I'm going to have to restart my computer. Definitely disappointing. All right, guys. Now, what about VyprVPN's reputation? Well, it's kind of interesting here. They did used to collect more logs than they do now, but they are now a zero-log VPN. The guys here are actually pretty nice as well. I've talked to a couple of them personally on Discord a while back, and they do seem to be like a pretty good company. There isn't like a history of giving away logs or anything. And in fact, the company itself has even made blog posts kind of calling out other VPN providers that have done so, like VyprVPN and stuff like that. But so I would say that the reputation here is pretty rock solid. They do a little bit of misleading marketing tricks in terms of pricing, like I talked about. I do think just advertising that they've got an audit as like the end all reason to trust them can also be misleading. But overall, I do not have much problems with their reputation. All right, guys, we're now to the end of the review. And overall, VyprVPN is kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, I think it's a very reputable company. They have pretty good people working there, and they do seem to have interest in making a good product. And there's not any PR leaks or scandals or anything like that. As well as the support seems to be very good as well. And streaming also works really well. Not having to pay extra for streaming, and it just pretty much works naturally in all the servers, which is easier said than done nowadays. Not only that, but I do think, however, there are some things that Vypr could work on. I think they could remove the fake countdown clock timer if it is fake, which I'm assuming it is since I was able to make the times not match. Additionally, I think the 1 month price is too expensive. While the other plans are okay, I don't think pushing people into long-term commitment plans just to get a good deal is a very consumer-friendly option for people. The application also needs some work. Ike V2 didn't really seem to work for me, and I do think that there are some things that they could add to the application to make it better. Also, usability and stability seem to be a little bit of an issue for me, having some problems disconnecting and reconnecting and stuff like that. I do think the application looks really good, however. And speeds are they're really disappointing here. There's no getting around it. Some of the worst speeds I get from VPN provider, I get with VyprVPN. OpenVPN speeds for torrenting are abysmal, from the range 1 through 5 megabytes a second. WireGuard's a little bit better, around 10 to 15, which is just kind of okay. Honestly, my faster VPNs are around 6 times faster than VyprVPN for torrenting downloads, so that's not good. Overall, though, like I said, VyprVPN is a mixed bag here. It does really good on the later half of the review categories, really bad in the beginning. Overall, making it just kind of a mediocre product around tier 2, a lower end of tier 2 at 3.3. I think this is more of an accurate representation of VyprVPN. I think last time they had a little bit of a boost in certain categories. Maybe the application was a little more reliable then. Speed slightly better than they are now. Maybe the pricing I wasn't as strict on as I am now. But, the reviews have been fleshed out. Now it's easier to kind of compare more and more VPN services to each other. Back when VyprVPN was reviewed, there wasn't as many VPNs reviewed on the channel. Now we've reviewed over 60 VPNs, so things are a little stricter now. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this review. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments down below, and stay tuned for the next one very soon.